Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. Before, I never really cared much about boys or dating. I used to see my friends obsess over guys and thought it was really weird. But then, everything changed when I met David. He was a senior, 1 year older than me. David was smart, good at sports, and also funny and approachable. I found him truly charming and attractive. Unfortunately, his parents had passed away when he was young, and now he lived with his uncle's family. From what I knew, his life there wasn't easy. Needless to say, all the girls in school had crushes on David, but he didn't like any of them. He liked me. When David asked me out, I had to bite my lip to keep from screaming with joy. At first, everything was wonderful. We were one of those couples that were sweet enough to give you a toothache, always immersed in our own little pink world. He'd drive me to school, run his hand through my hair when I was fumbling with books in my locker, then walk me to class and kiss my cheek goodbye. I'd never had a relationship before to compare with David, so I assumed everything was normal. Everyone adored David. My friends thought he was the coolest guy on earth, and were thrilled to have him hang out with our group all the time. I introduced David to my parents, and they immediately adored him. He was excellent at giving compliments at the right time and saying the right things. After he left, Mom kept gushing about what a charming boy he was, and Dad told me to bring him over again tomorrow so he could show off his collection of vintage toy cars. Though I was happy my parents liked David, I also felt a little uncomfortable. They had never talked about me the way they talked about David. It was as if they thought he was solid gold and I was just a lump of coal. It sounds silly, I know. Me, jealous that my parents liked my boyfriend. I mean, come on. It would surely be much worse if they hated him. So I invited David over to my house after school. As our relationship progressed, his bond with my parents grew. David told my parents about all the inconveniences he endured living with his uncle's family, and that he was trying his best to move out as soon as he turned 18 and could be independent. My parents felt really sorry for him and told him he could come over whenever he wanted. I thought it was just a polite gesture in the circumstances, but then he actually started spending more time at my house than his own. You might be thinking that sounds great, because David and I could spend more time together, but no. Most of the time, he was with my parents instead of me, and a few things happened that made me uncomfortable. Like the time my parents made me go to bed early so they could watch a horror movie with David, because I'm a scaredy cat and hate ghost movies. Another time, I slept in, and when I came downstairs, the house was empty, just a note on the kitchen table saying everyone had gone to the zoo. Excuse me? I love the zoo! Why didn't they invite me? Even worse, when they came back, they kept gushing about their wonderful day. Afterward, I told David that this made me sad, and he just patted my head and said he figured I wouldn't want to go. Then he gave me a silver necklace, kissed my hand, and told me I was his perfect princess. I was so smitten by him that I pushed all my worries to the back of my mind and continued as normal. One Saturday morning, I walked into the kitchen and saw David making pancakes with Mom. Well, I guess that wasn't too strange, but then he turned to my dad, who was reading the morning paper, and asked, "Dad, would you like some blueberry pancakes?" At first, I thought I misheard, but then Dad replied, "Sure, son, that would be great." I cleared my throat to let them know I was there, then sat down at the table. Dad just grumbled a "good morning" to me from behind his newspaper, and Mom gave me a half smile. Mom told David to sit down. Then she served him the tallest stack of pancakes ever. I got a few burnt ones. When Mom took David's plate, she even patted his head and said, "Would you like some more, sweetie?" "No thanks, Mom, I'm completely full," he smiled at her. I scraped my chair back with a loud screech and stomped off. This was too bizarre. They were Kamaitan parents, not his. Things between David and my parents grew even stranger. They were always going shopping, to restaurants, movies, and other places without me. I mean, sure, I might be busy practicing bass with my band for a school event, but they could totally arrange their time so I could join, right? But ever since he stepped into our lives, they barely made any space or time for me. Many times, when I walked into a room, they would all fall silent and act as if they were hiding something from me. It was so awkward. I felt like a stranger in my own home, and it was completely uncomfortable. Then one day, I had a headache, so I went home early and caught David loading luggage into my parents' car. It turned out they were going on vacation without me. David had suggested to my parents that they go on an anniversary trip, and he told them that I would have a performance on stage that day, so they had prepared to leave without telling me a word. I completely panicked. It was as if I finally saw David's true colors, a manipulator. Was he trying to steal my parents? I told him it was over and demanded that he leave me and my family immediately. I had hoped my parents would take my side, but they didn't. They said my behavior embarrassed them, and that when they returned from their vacation, if I still had that selfish attitude, I had better move out of the house. Now, a month has passed, and I'm staying at my friend Jessica's house. She's the only friend who eventually saw David's true colors. Everyone else had been manipulated by him. My parents still aren't talking to me, and David is still living in my house. My parents helped David decorate his own room, which was actually my room, and he's been introduced to all our relatives as their son. I once loved David, and I believed he loved me too, but now I know it was all a lie. He used me to worm his way into my life and steal it. I don't know what to do. I just want my life back, but how do I make my parents see the true face of that fraud? That's the end of my story. Make sure you've clicked subscribe and turned on notifications. Thanks for watching the whole video, and I'll see you next time.